So it's like, I want money. What is money? Then I get more mad because I'm like, whoa, money's trash and I don't have any.
Welcome to Busy Brain Club, where thinking is free and we should do more of it. Have you ever heard someone say money isn't real? Money is made up? If you haven't, I don't know what rock you've been hiding under.
The government effectively has editing privileges on the money database. And they use those editing privileges to make more money whenever they want.
For the many years I've been on this planet, I've heard that statement made many times from many different people. I even see it in the movies.
It's just money. It's made up. Pieces of paper with pictures on it so we don't have to kill each other just to get something to eat.
I've heard politicians say it. I've heard celebrities say it. I've even seen documentaries about it. Some of them kind of obscure, but nonetheless, they talk about money. Let's rewind the clock a little. A long time ago, I downloaded Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And in that audiobook, he always make reference to money. And how he describes it was always interesting. He always says, money is debt, and debt is money, which sounds crazy at the time considering I didn't have like a credit card. I didn't have any credit facility with any financial institution. The car that I owned at the time, I think I bought it cash, so I didn't have any experience with like credit cards or anything like that. I only hear about people who have credit card until one day I wanted to buy another car. And this car was more expensive. And I think I had the money, I just didn't want to spend all of it to buy the car. So I went in to get a loan. And I got the loan from the bank and I look at all the paperwork and everything and I look at the interest they charged me. And one of the things that bothered me was I couldn't understand how the bank was paying for the building, the utilities, and the people who work in the bank from just charging me interest on the car loan. So I'm thinking about it from a large perspective. Even if you're taking just the interest rate, it doesn't pay for all the branches they have. It doesn't. No, it's normal for someone to think the bank makes money off the interest. On one hand, they say money is fake, but it doesn't jive well with my reality. My reality says money is real. I earn it. I spend it. I can see the numbers in the bank. It's digital, yes, but I can spend it. If I looked in my wallet, there's probably a few bucks in there, so it's real. And even the digital version of it is real because I can spend it. Here's how Andrew Tate discovers the whole money thing, and I'm gonna play this clip.
I decided to be very logical about it. Chess player, right? So it's like, I want money. What is money? How do banks work? How does credit work? What's fractional reserve banking? All these things we now know to be the biggest cons of the century, right? So I'm sitting there researching money for days and days and days. And then I get more mad because I'm like, whoa, money's trash and I don't have any. Now I'm really annoyed, right? I thought like everyone else did that, everyone puts their money in the bank and the bank takes some of other people's money and lends it out. I didn't know they invented it from the sky. I still at that point thought money was linked to gold. I didn't know nothing. So I'm learning all this stuff and I'm getting really angry. I'm like, now this is really annoying me.
I had a similar expression. I'm like, what? The central bank method in creation of money is called fractional reserve banking. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of it because it's a bit much, but on a surface level, I could tell you what it is. Once there's a need for the money and there is a loan contract or some legal documents at the bank is allowed to print the money out of thin air. This is repeated over and over for different loans for people who want houses, cars, or whatever it is. As long as they fulfill the bank's requirements, the bank can print money out of thin air. The more loans the bank gives out is the more money that comes in via monthly payments to service the invented money. The bank uses that money as their income. Remember, they didn't have the money to begin with. They just added it to the system and asked you to pay it back with interest. So when they say money is not real or money is dead or they print the money out of thin air, that is exactly what they do. It sounds fraudulent, it sounds illegal, but that's how our banking system works. The consequence of a system like that is inflation. Your wages stay stagnant while the price of goods and services go up.
But this argument that the prices are going up about 2%, nobody believes it.
Asset classes like real estate are propped up. I came across a bunch of interviews from Andrew Tate, and what I find is Tate is a recent phenomenon. He's saying the same things I've heard from other individuals, but none of these people got cancelled. And so it made me curious. I heard he was inciting violence against women, a misogynist of sort, but did he get cancelled because of misogyny? Or maybe there was something else. I think Andrew Tate might deserve a second look. It kind of goes beyond the label of misogyny because I'm not buying it. I don't believe that's the reason he got cancelled. I believe he's getting cancelled, so to speak, because of everything else he was saying. Him getting cancelled for misogyny makes no sense to me. So what else is he saying outside of that dynamic between men and women? It all boils down to his delivery. Most people who talk about the system are intellectuals, but we have never seen a guy like Andrew Tate. The people in charge see him, and what they envision is that guy from 300. A guy ready to go to war against the status quo. And because he was at one point the most searched person on the planet, exceeding celebrities and politicians, the people in charge got scared and they knew they had to pump the brakes on him. If he was allowed to continue, he would have been a threat to the existing system.
What Mr. Cobb is trying to say.
An idea. Resilient, highly contagious. Once an idea has taken hold in the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate. An idea that is fully formed, fully understood, that sticks.
So with that being said, one of the things I've learned over my lifetime on this planet is how to receive information. Sometimes the person who is delivering the information may come off a certain way, or you might have a perceived disequilibrium with the person. Now, even if you disagree with them on most topics, always find the common ground. There's a bunch of things that might happen. One, you might learn something. Two, you might break out of your safe zone, your echo chamber. It's an all-day cognitive dissonance, challenging your beliefs even though it makes you uncomfortable. Try not to pay attention to the messenger, especially if the message they're sending is something that has been repeated by multiple individuals. Andrew speaks on the governments and he describes them as the Matrix. And if you've never watched that movie, you have to watch it to understand the context. It's a very important philosophical movie to watch, more than it is an action movie. Now, Elon has taken over Twitter and he disclosed the Twitter files. Is the first set of documents to inform the public as to what was going on behind the scenes. And what he has disclosed is that you cannot trust the mainstream media anymore. It is that bad. You have to hold judgment for all the news that is and information that is being told to you. You do not know what are their intentions. Our news is being corrupted. It is more a all-day psychological operation on the people who consume it. It maybe rarely resembles factual information, so you end up believing what they want you to believe. So I need everyone to stay vigilant. Remember, cognitive dissonance all day. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.